Massage Institute is a massage school that's been around since 2000. We've got a campus in Madison, Wisconsin. That's the main campus. And we've got a branch campus in Milwaukee. And we're an 800 clock hour program that specializes in having both an Eastern and a Western track, which students learn how to integrate and look at their clients on a whole body level, mind, body, and spirit, from both an Eastern and a Western point of view and perspective, in order to apply the most effective treatment plan for their client that they're working with. So first, I'll tell you that, I've been in the field of massage therapy since 2005. I came here from research into this field as a science instructor, and then I was the director of another school until 2012. And at that time, all administrative records were on paper or on a spreadsheet in Excel. And when I came here to East West in 2013, they had just changed. They were just now using for the groups that were current when I got there into the Orbund system. So I can tell you the vast difference in administrative capabilities that Orbund made available immediately administratively. All aspects of student records can be managed on the Orbund student information system, tuition and fees and payments, and generating invoices, which actually students can access themselves through their own login. Also attendance and grades. Attendance is entered, and then we were able to generate attendance reports, even down to going over with the students what exact dates they missed, grade books and overall grades, generating transcripts. So it's just really been a godsend. And then also too, when we added the Milwaukee campus, that allows, since I oversee that campus, a way to integrate the administrative records for both campuses. So if there's any information that I need to be working with, or perhaps like some of my reporting for the Department of Education, that's all available. And then I also want to speak to what Orbund provides for, not just for our campus administratively, but for the instructors and the students, because since it's a web-based program, instructors can enter their grades from home. They can log in, and students can, log in, and we can also even send communications out, because there's emails available, and students can see what their grades are, or print out their own invoices, things like that. So it's really, just makes a huge difference. And I also want to say that we're now onboarding to a third-party provider for federal student aid. We haven't started this yet, but we look forward to having a financial aid and our third-party provider interfaced with Orbund. Yeah, it will be all put together, and I think it will create more transparency for the students too. So we're excited for that new development in our Orbund journey. I would say, and I don't know if I could give you a numerical value as far as dollars concerned, but I can say that, hundreds of man hours and, of track, where I don't have to be tracking on different paper systems or trying to organize them together. So, I mean, I could say it saves me having to have Yeah, I mean, maybe 10 hours, on average a week even. It's really important, as an accredited school and working with the Department of Education, is it provides documentation that's rigorous for our records and for compliance and for all that, and provides a place too that we can keep and maintain student data that I might need for my IPEDS reporting. And so it streamlines hours and hours of putting together that data, because we could store it all right there instead of having it looking it up straight out of the student files also, Yeah. So, and same thing with, sending out communications. It just saves a lot, because all of the student contact information is all right there. And then, like you said, for compliance, it's all on record in that Orbund system. So, and I guess I want to say regarding enrollment, that's a challenging conversation right now with COVID. We were also limiting our class sizes, right? But it does allow us to keep a track on students in a way that allows us to have a more powerful enrollment procedure. And I know that there's even more services available that we may not be currently using, including information for prospective students and such, so that you could track them if they didn't start in one program on one term, that we'd still have that information to follow up on others. I've got information on all my alumni, right? So it's very easy to generate transcripts when they're requested, or have alumni group, communications out to them. And if I needed to have statistics out on them also, that's available. And, we have plans for the future for perhaps, adding some more programs, and Orbund would allow us, that capability to expand. That I don't see how we would be able to do that effectively, without this system. I guess, two things that we could come away with here from our experience is, the need to have efficiency in communication when we're distanced, and how to be safely together, right? from both a practical and a personal, particularly in our field. So, when we had to close this time last year, had to close campus suddenly, Orbund provided a way for suddenly, when everybody was fragmented with no notice, right, to be able to communicate without, like, where's my email list, and plan, even, I hadn't mentioned this, but upload things into the repository. So it provided a really great tool for us to navigate those sudden, turbulent waters at that time. But it still provided us with an opportunity to, it already had on there that we could mark attendance as remote. So we were able to navigate how we documented those things during that time, which we hadn't anticipated. So that made it very easy. So it kind of left us with the confidence that if there was going to be another shutdown, that we would have, that Orbund provides some systems in place that would make a difference in us staying kind of cohesive. What we did is we went immediately to a virtual platform. We changed the schedule around a little bit so that the students were very happy about this, but so that they were getting the lecture materials until such a time that we could come back on campus. Campus was closed for 10 weeks And during that time, they had 16 hours of class by Zoom. And, and I would say having Orbund as a foundation for our administrative systems and needs allowed us the freedom to, with very short time, establish a temporary virtual platform for classes that previously hadn't been scheduled, and support those instructors in getting, changing their format a little bit to make it more engaging for the students, and getting them trained for. So we were strictly virtual for 10 weeks, and then we came back onto campus. And I guess I will say that, during a time when there was very little information available, we were able to really research the available science ourselves. We mandated a mask policy before it was a state or local mandate. We distanced, we limited our class size. We distanced our, we rearranged the classroom so the desks were distanced. For the hands-on, massage therapists are essential workers, right? People are still in pain, and and during these times, even have a greater need for that compassionate touch, right? So really what that allowed us to have the opportunity to do was to train our students how to safely and effectively provide therapeutic massage and body work. So, with the maskings, modifying some of the ways, really considering the air that we share. So I'm kind of proud to say that we, because I have a doctorate in nutritional sciences, but I consider myself a physiologist. I teach the sciences here. So it's like, let's look at, what we instituted as far as the enhanced sanitation and hygiene were things that in massage therapy, as healthcare practitioners and public health servants, we were teaching our students anyway. And now now it was just amped up and taking more things into consideration than before. So, and I'm very glad to say that now that the weather's turning nice, we can perhaps have some classes outside again, ventilation and all that. Not sure when you will be able to loosen our policies, so I guess I'll just say Orbund provided a bit of stability in unstable times. This time last year before COVID hit, there was a reduction in enrollment in students in massage therapy programs nationally. And it's always kind of ebbs and flows, right? And it may have been related to the economy. But COVID kind of turned things on the heels, because lots of massage therapists retired at that time for various reasons, either because they couldn't, even with masks and policies in place, they maybe were at high risk or didn't find that to be acceptable risk to take. So many of them will not be returning. And some clients that would receive massage went on a hiatus until such a time that they could be assured, so I had lots of my own clients, so lots of massage therapists closed down for about those same 10 weeks during shutdown. Sure. And then came back as essential workers with our own policies, right? And so then what's kind of now looking at where we stand at this point, more and more people that have received vaccinations, and now that us practitioners are also becoming vaccinated, more and more people are now seeking massage. And there are lots of people that still had a need and seeking massage the whole time. And then a very interesting, very new trend is that, like I said, so with massage therapists having retired, there's a lot of opportunity for massage therapists to come now into the field, or a field that was already growing because more and more people are coming to realize the benefit and the importance of massage therapy for their own health.
Right.
So it's so it's a mixed bag, but overall it's a good place for massage therapy to be. I would very definitely highly recommend Orbund. First and foremost, it's very user friendly. When I first came on, I went through a little bit of training, but a lot of it I was able to very easily explore and use, and have, very easy to train instructors and other administrative staff on it. So it's very easy. It's very convenient. Anybody can log on anywhere. Administration, faculty, students, and its record keeping capabilities, attendance, grades, tuition and fee structures, those things are highly valuable, and the format in which they're provided are usable and very effective. And it also includes a communication system and a personal information system that again, makes my job easier. I guess I realized one of the things that I didn't say that you asked about, how like Orbund really was useful, or should I say kind of saved the day when COVID hit, we went into lockdown, because, and I've had to quarantine twice in these last 2 years. So Orbund, provided me the ability to work from home. You know what I mean? I can log in and I could do whatever I needed to do. Suddenly, we've got snowstorms or something, and I need to get a hold of all my students, or, or something like that. So that was really wonderful to be able to have that freedom, not to worry about, I need to get onto campus to, to get what needs to get done. That made a huge difference, and gives me a lot of confidence in the future that, there've been times when I've needed, something early in the mornings, needed something. So that's really great. And then I guess you asked me, what kind of students come to our school. And I just want to say, the people that come to East West or gravitate towards the field of massage therapy are people who really want to make a difference in this world, and really care about health and healing, and bringing that to people through compassionate touch. And, and so they know that here we're going to give them that training to go out and provide that, and have massage therapy be a self-expression in their healing art, and a place from which they, can be on this journey of healing for themselves and out in the world. So yeah, it's good stuff. We always are looking to growing in the future. And, Dr. Joe has a dream of an acupuncture school. So that could be something in the future, an acupuncture program that we could bring onto campus. That Dr. Joe, the owner and founder, is an acupuncturist, and he, is who brought Tuina Chinese medical massage to America, and that's the foundational technique for our Eastern program. And then the students learn acupressure using the same meridians and points as the acupuncture and the hot stones and all that. So our program actually, many of the Eastern classes transfer into an acupuncture program.